Dakota, think about this, man. Let me just be real with you. This is for everybody all over the world, everybody that watches YouTube. I want to ask you a question. This is how I feel about the situation. It's not really ask you a question. Is this how I feel about the situation? And personally, how do you feel about the situation and what I'm about to say? And does it make any sense to you what I'm about to say? Listen to this, all right? Imagine, all right, this is the reality. I made all the world, I'm the real route, right? And I own the social economic systems. I got shot in a movie during the Civil War because other people didn't understand the quality of life and the reason for social economics, value, etiquette, education, and the reason of conduct and equality and the order of one's honor or dignity to keep individuals in precise sequences of when it came to their anatomy or everything that mattered to them in life, right? And then a man says, yeah, I was the one that had all the wives and was able to go certain places. But if a person doesn't want to get sick and doesn't want to feel good and doesn't, they don't want to feel like they don't want to feel good. They don't want to feel like they should be sick or ill. They don't want to feel like if something is wrong with their social habitation or quality, a person wants to be happy and have an ease life. And it's just like a person, you ever come outside and just want to hang out and have a good time, and then you just be around your family a certain type of way, but they look at the mentality a certain type of way at times. But depending on, I'll tell you the truth, depending on how a person's feeling and how they feel about their social equality and how do they feel to the comfortability of their own family a certain type of way, and what's their individual thoughts. It's just like my wives. Every wife of mine was, some of my wives were like literally related to each other, and I made all, I mean literally, like, you ever seen somebody put it to, it's like, it's not like making a child. It's even more intricate than making a child. Look at this. I'm not gonna let anything disturb me. It's like, it's even more intricate than making a child. And then a person wonders about certain things at a time, and then a man says, I made all my wives, they were even related to each other, they had inner points of enlightenment for themselves a certain type of way, and then a person should be happy of the reason of social equality and stuff, right? So then a man says, it's wonderful. How would a person feel when she going to check her sister? Is she gonna go manipulate her sister? It's just like, I'm supposed to be in a social economic system with nothing but feminine beings because the refinement of the higher consciousness of this earth, and then me having to refine the intellect of international security a certain type of way if certain things are done, and for the secureness of one's feminine equality when it comes to the natural higher metaphysics of one's mythology and one's education of value of one's structure of oneself and one's endurance and motivation for one's strength or might for one's physical inequality, right? So imagine this, right? Now, it's not imagine. Think about this now, right? Now, how does people feel about their own family when it comes to certain things? Now, it's just like a person goes to a social economic system and it's supposed to be of all purity, but a person doesn't want you to know where the purity of certain type of things are. So if you don't want a person to know, you don't do funny things that will cause an individual to have their life in danger. Because if you really care about yourself and you really care about the reason of your social gathering or the sacredcy of your family, you keep things a certain type of way. But now imagine, now think about this. Now, a person that doesn't care about family, are they really family then? And the funny things that they do is, did something happen during the conduct of certain things that happen with family when they were gathered together, or during the things during the day, and how did it affect a person emotionally? That was a form of guidance, of even a form of inspiration that you could view in a social economic equality? How did one individual want to look at another person? How did another person, it's just funny emotions. It's just like having, it's just like feeling, let me show you something. It's just like, it's like having a high mind of ecstasy, of emotions, of things that a person wants to, a person does for themselves and has naturally. And then as soon as you having that feeling, you getting a pain in your shoulder somewhere, you getting something, a certain type of place in your next body, and then your whole body feel like heavenly at the time, and then the next thing you know, you feeling a pain a certain type of place. Now, my wife knows what I'm speaking about. Some of you might not know what I'm speaking about, and some of you might. It's just like if you outside walking all day, your arm could feel okay, your leg could feel okay, but your foot feels mad tired, mad tired or something, like it's aching and stuff. And then you think about it, like, think about this. Now imagine if people knew about this social habitation to their mythology. So do you tell me, say a person enters a certain social economic system that's the head, like me, I'm the head of all my wives. So their energy, their mythology and physical is gonna be on me naturally because I made them. So I don't even have to have them on me to control certain things. Now imagine this. Imagine my wife looks at me like natural gold, and I'm like her instant refinement. So she runs to me every little sick as she get, because somebody might have did some stupid shit. Somebody might go be doing something stupid, or they might be on their way to do something funny. So she runs on me instantly just to go, I feel good, yo. This is where I'm tense and feeling certain thing. And then she runs, and then she probably go handles it because it's like an instant charge with me, right? Now, imagine a recharge of one's anatomy for one's strength and might and one's comfortability, and then she goes about her way sometimes, right? Listen to this. Now, my wife knowing this and she feeling comfortable. Now you got people that just want her energy and want to wear her like a dress because she's not here. She has inner points of guidance. Some of my wives, or some of the astrological empresses, have inner points of guidance, just like having astrology star clusters. You learn certain things of certain physics, and certain things are kept from other people because they don't need to know the reasons of the intricacy things, because some people have to be viewed in. My wife watches her habitation and how to feel comfortable, because it keeps her to even want to do certain things for herself, for her health doesn't fail, so she don't lose the reason of her love of herself and her family, and the things that she has to be, she has to be in control to keep her mind motivated and going, so she doesn't give up on herself, because she's in the spiritual realm, and to keep a high expectation going, because she got to keep her interests of motivation, so she just don't want to feel while she's in the spiritual realm just like to feel the collapse, and the next her whole family and the social economic equality collapses because she will feel like giving up on herself, or because a person made a person feel like an emotion. So that's wrong, because another person, you gotta think about it. If my wife feels like that, she's the leading of physics a certain type of way because I'm ahead of her. But how does the children feel if they feel like that, or they cause that to make her feel like that? Now, if you didn't want to feel like that, why would you make your conscience that take care of you feel like that? You don't. How could somebody take care of you or make sure you're okay if you're making them feel like they should give up on themselves? What's wrong with you? There's no. If that person gives up on themselves, there's nothing else. That's it for your life. Because what, you gonna go to somebody else like you some hot dog or hamburger for nourishment and be abused? Because it's like a form of a nourishment, but it ain't going to your precise family. If you go to another astrological tree, it's just like being abused and just looked upon like a vagabond, a certain type of way. Like, yo, what you know what I'm saying? It's just when they need you and shit, if they want a snack and shit, it's just like a person that it just has a snack. If I need y'all to munch on you, whatever, throw you on the floor, just probably people, just don't get, some people could be ignorant the way they conduct their social equality of their nourishment. Some people could be even precise and know the reason of the value to keep it and not to waste it. But if you don't have a person that knows the responsibility, anything could happen. And then you don't want to be looked upon a certain type of way, because say a person's bored, you don't want them to just feel like, oh, today I'm gonna just go over there and I'm gonna just go open the closet and just pick on this person, because just watch them be like some jumping jack Fritz and just watch them wild up because I made them feel like they're like ha, and then they don't want that done to them, so why would they do it to somebody else? But if you knew people that have that type of mentality, it doesn't make no sense to be around them, right? So think about this now. It's just like I just came outside. I see a guy driving through like he you ever seen Dead Presidents, like he in a Charlie Murphy? He driving through in a Charlie Murphy car in Dead Presidents and looking at an individual. I just come out my house. That's the thing I'm seeing. Like, what are you trying to tell me? My shorty doesn't. You trying to tell me my shorty doesn't care? I know my shorty cares. So you're gonna tell me my shorty doesn't care about certain things at a time? Another person, what is the person trying to tell me? You gonna tell me my shorty doesn't care about the way I feel of my emotions at a time? My, I know my shorty cares, but it's just the ignorance another person wants to cause. It's just like being a boss or having money. The ignorance another person wants to cause because they know another person's have it. So if they is in control a certain type of way, they can't cause no ignorance to get to the quality of the value. So they're doing stupid things because soon it's like a person that scheme that gets looking for, waiting for opportunity to do certain things and then fuck up a person's equality so they could get attention, so they could get some. It's like a form of time wasting because they thinking that the value, if they waste the time, the value of the income is gonna be wasted a certain time. But once you have people that is not of your purity and purity and they start feeling like that, then you're in a danger because let me tell you something about social economics. It's just like my wife. If my wife is sick, that means she has this outside cellular structure or DNA that's making her feel uncomfortable a certain type of way that's not really part of her. So she knows that's the sickness, and then when she's viewing it, she's trying to let the family know. But if you let it prolong, it's gonna play out to your reality because you ever seen imagine my wife, she's gonna be in the spiritual realm, then she go to somebody, she said she shows them that person is no good, you got to get rid of that person before certain things happen. And then a person be like, why you come to me to come do something like that? And then she look at the person like she's trying to prevent a certain emotion of hers feeling a certain type of way at a certain time. She goes to another person to go tell them, yo, listen, prevent this situation, do this and so before this happens. Another person think, why you so and so? And then she looks at the person like, I don't want to feel like that. You're my purity. Before it gets to you, you can handle it. You're the one that's able to so to go handle it before it gets even worse, and then you can't handle it. It's just like a person telling their arm, yo, get up, get up, get up. It's like passing out, and then you got to get up just to go to your house, and you pass out in the street. You got to make sure your mind is able to physically get your body up just to go in your house where you can feel safe, secure, or comfortable, and something's really wrong, you can retrieve and get the other help that you need for one social economics and re-strengthening your body or your anatomy so you can continue in the physical reality. Same thing with my wife, because if she's the earth and then she has the atmosphere and the social economics, same thing she feels. It's like her body, she feels the same thing. This is why you learn about chakras. It's just like her body, the way she feels in her body. So she's making sure her body operates in a precise order for an individual could carry on in the next day. But a person, when she controls the emotion, but if you're making her feel bad, how could a person make heaven manifest if you're trying to make them feel bad, and then or everybody wants heaven? So a person has to keep themselves in order. You can't do stupid things. Just because you're learning about certain things in physics and calling mythology, and you want, say a person wants to be, I want to be like the Empress. You wasn't made like the Empress. But if you have that mentality, you could be a part of her body, because it's like an elevation. If a person elevates their body, the same thing, a person's gonna be elevated naturally. But if you cause a certain stagnation, how you gonna elevate if you stagnated a point of reality? It's like cellular structure. It's like a DNA cellular structure. It's like if a person gives you an injection, they cause a stagnation within you because they penetrated something that was purity because they want to know something about you. So then on top of it, then it's like it being taken out your body. And then a person, if you look at it on a higher level or astrological being, that's like a titan or a giant. If somebody does that, you would have cellular structure somewhere far away that is not a part of them. And say somebody else is checking them from another astrological tree, another astrological body. Because like star clusters, like a social economic family. So if you have somebody else's family checking out situations, it's going to be like far away distance a certain type. It's going to feel uncomfortability. See, on my planet, I have things already conducted a certain type of way in social economics because the planets of the real purity are far away, and this is the realest purity ever because I'm the real consciousness that conducts and makes my wife. So I gotta keep everything precise in order for her mind to be okay and to show the conduct of how to a person's supposed to be according to their conduct of the physical reality to their current social being for their equality. So now it's just like keeping a mental intact. It's like keeping the brain to keeps the neural activity of the nervous system intact for a person could be able to have their own to know the quality of their own habitation. So it's like a sequence movement. It's like a martial arts. You becoming one with yourself. So a person's moving starts moving more rapid. It starts moving more quick or faster with their situation instantly when it comes to their humane condition. So it's just like today I was speaking to this chick, right? I said, yo, you know something? I be feeling like I be having a stretch in my ligaments and stuff, sometimes. And the way I want to do it, I want it to be like a quicker, a faster movement. It's like getting a slip and slide. You see remember back in the days, you go to Toys R Us and you get the slip and slide, and your kids will go run and they just slide. They slide all the way down, and the same thing. It's just like getting it, and then next stretching your ligaments, but doing some capoeira. It's like doing like a floor version of a capoeira sweeps, and then just next moving in a faster movement, but balancing your body, learning how to balance and control your body, so one accord is even more strengthened and precise, even with one's equality naturally. Yo, something is wrong with that train guy. That guy is a fucking scumbag. Like either that or that guy's consciousness is just stupid, man. Anyway, I'm not trying to have nobody waste my quality. So, a person looking just to cause a certain type of situation. I'm pardon me for even speaking about that. But sometimes you got to look at certain things before it causes a vibrational or a martial art blow to your habitation because another person wants to keep a control because the way they look upon the situation is different from another individual, and they probably just want to have an influence. And then speaking about other people that want to be like the Empress, right? But anyway, like I was saying, right? And then on top of it, it could have just been the Empress herself a certain type of way. They're just trying to make sure her quality stays on point a certain type of way. So I'm not going to be totally ignorant about the situation, depending on what the situation really is, and then individuals would know. And my children, I would know instantly, but I just want to say nothing. But my children would literally know because after I got hurt, another person tried to stagnate the consciousness because it's like, how they wanted, you see, this is what I talk about, I spoke about Clash of the Titans, because people wanted elders to die because they wanted to be in control of their family. So they used to teach, I teach history and say social studies, like, I'm from the pyramids. I'm go back from way before your time. I'm alive. You got to know your dietary habit. You got to know certain things to be alive. And then another person wants to control and finance of the family, so they try to get rid of the elders. So you stagnate in the brain that is the preciseness that really keeps the body alive for stupidity, because this ain't power. This is what it is. This is natural order. You do something a certain type of way vitally, you're finished. It's just like a person wonders why you be paralyzed for real. There's no getting back to it because it's like a precise nerve that can't be moved, and then you wonder if a person paralyzes it, how is a person going to continue? Yo, my nigga, there's no continuance a certain type of way. It's like, what could you do if you killed something that's the only one that could handle the situation? A person wondered how real was my mythology. I'm the paradigm of time. I was able to save myself and then be able to be in the same time to make sure to re-strengthen one quality of one's brain for the body could operate the exact way it's supposed to operate for the physical reality for individuals to be alive. But if you keep coming to me saying, oh, you alive, you've been alive from that so this and that, yeah, I naturally, my anatomy's higher than you. I know more things than everything because I made everything naturally. And then a person that tried to cause a stagnation because they wanted to learn what I wanted to learn. Some people try to say it was sacrecy. I've been teaching sacrecy way before any civil war or any war. So, and I've been doing it for such a long time. A person that did that was a little disease of my wife. I cared about my wife loving the love of the continuance of my comfortability so much that I ended up regarding my habitation a certain type of way that causes a certain type of quality, leading example of the physical reality of a lesson of life, and then on top of it, miracle the situation for an individual could be able to survive for the next day. So another person couldn't even do what I'm doing a certain type of way because it would if something would have happened to me, we you wouldn't be where you at, and I wouldn't be having this conversation with you. That's how real it is, and that's the reality. Another person, another person knew that, but some people just didn't care because the way they've been looking at life, it's just like having an order. You have somebody that been looking at life a certain type of way, and they just keep entering the cycle because they're not the vitalness of the importance of the reason why certain things were conducted, the beginning of the original reality. It was really my wife. My wife was the real conduct with me, and then all of a sudden other individuals, after I had children and certain things, then they learned the importance, and then my wife, for their safe being, because I know I had other wives, they had to be other places. I had to be other places. They had to know how to maintain their own situation a certain type of way because they got to keep their mentality and their body literally rejuvenating for they can continue their physical. And as I make sure of the other social equality, like the oxygen, the air you breathe is even in habitation, because that's how real it is in physics. Even in habitation, so you could even have air to breathe, and on top of it have space a certain type of way, and then still be able to acknowledge another being, so one's intellect can see a horizon of certain things, so one doesn't get worn out in one's social equality and then feel like it's being drained because there's nothing left. So because it's like a person passing out and nobody's around. You have to have somebody around to want to feel like you keep going on certain type of situations. If you don't have somebody around, then it's like, yo, fuck it. But if a person knows about the quality, and beginning of time, I'm the one that made life. I knew how to, do. I still do, how to do certain things naturally. But I'm not gonna do that. It's because after waking up after a civil war, it's like I did certain things originally. My mind would have been more instant a certain type of way. But then you had people that caused the disease of one's demoral digression, that caused a stressful reality, then they wasn't even supposed to be around. So a person had to be cautious because another person already knew how vital a certain situation is, and they had to heal a certain type of way. And then another person is just like, they're watching the situation, and the person is making sure that they're able to heal before they get hurt. It's just like being in an abusive relationship. A person wants to make sure they're able to heal before they even get more hurt than the situation. So they got to watch their physical for they could be able to regard and make sure their habitation of their physical is okay. But if you have somebody that was outside that just didn't care, that was looking at a person like a snack, and then they just was just taking advantage of the situation, they didn't care. It's like a person that never conducted life. Of course they feel suicidal. That's like a disease that won't go away, that a person wanting to cure for a certain type of way. And then if they can't get it, it's because certain things that already probably happened, or a stagnation a person knows about something and that's causing the situation, and they just want a person to survive a certain type of way because they're mad at the way everything was made in the beginning and it wasn't them, and the stupidity is causing demoralization a certain type of way. So that's when it becomes sad in life, and another person got to look at all that order and education to have stupid equality of one's habitation. It doesn't make no sense. Why did it happen in the first place? Now, how about if I don't want to bother with that type of ignorance, and if a person I see keeping it around, what's the sense of keeping it around? Because a person knows, it's like my wife doing witchcraft magic and then causing a person to be stressed a certain type of way in her martial arts. And then she keeps a certain equality around, stashed away, and then she lets it out a certain type of way because she got to vent off her magic to make sure it doesn't cause no interference with her static of her reality a certain type of way. And then a person wondering what the fuck is going on. It's just like, let me show you something. You have people now in the mythology realm that knows magic, that try to manipulate the body on a higher mythology, like metaphysics, like witchcraft, and then they try to say they're mad at me because I'm the original man, and then they try to stagnate and say, oh, is this also? No, it's the martial art blow and the magic that's still around because I'm alive. Then another person's mad, and then when they're telling you the sequence for you to recognize it verbally, they try to manipulate it because they didn't want a person knowing certain things, because if a person finds how it's like getting rid of my wife for quality, and that might be the reason of her last resuscitation a certain type of way before she lose something at a certain point, because she got to make sure another person's able to carry a situation a certain type of way before she refreshes something and it gets even more powerful, because other people are scared for my wife and they're already skeptical and scared that I'm here. And then they scared if my wife really manifests. And then you have people that's looking at my wife like a merit badge. Like if she manifests, they ain't gonna be able to do magic. Well, because you feel like that, I'm glad that you feel like that, because that's all you're gonna ever know after that in your life, because you ain't gonna never know nothing else after that. Because as soon as I know you have that mentality, I just want to say, I wouldn't say nothing. I don't know about my wife. I don't know how she feels. I could tell you I know how she feels, but I don't know how she feels. So it's just like, whatever, that's good for you, because that type of stupidity, it ain't gonna go nowhere. It ain't better, and it ain't gonna make a situation a certain type of way. That's like an envious type of situation that's gonna cause a demoralization a certain type of way. I don't need that type of quality, because I'm the real love force star magi of all love. That's it. That's all I can tell you. Once you start having that, and there's no manipulation to a level, because I could look at somebody. It's like, listen, if I go buy a car, and then I'll go buy a car, and I don't like the way the car or something looks, then I gotta get a car that I'm comfortable, that I really like, if I have it all like that, right? Now, if you have people that know this, and then they're mad because they can't get, it's like magic, they can't get to the magic because I have such a higher quality, so they stagnate because they want to be nosy and that's little diseases that's just trying to cause interference before an individual can recover on the highest level. Now, this is when you gotta really view family, you gotta view international security, you gotta view all type of situations what's causing stagnation, because another person is actually is making the situation worse, and they're crippling the situation because they want a form of control that they're not supposed to have, and then that's gonna cause everybody to lose everything because of their stupidness, and that's never gonna change, because a man I made all life. I don't give a fuck about you. Because at the end of the day, didn't you get it from when I got shot in Boogie? I could have all went. If it wasn't for the love of my wife that even had for me to show me that she understood a certain type of way, everything would have been gone away. I don't give a fuck. Yo, listen, to me, everything would have fucking been gone away. And then on top of it, I could have been on another fucking planet. So I didn't need no type of situation. So it don't even matter to me. So another person doing stupidity is like, fuck you sooner or later. And that's why I'm glad. That's when I'll be glad for the martial art. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like a bout. It's like, that's when I'll be glad, because it's like something that's the way I feel when I'm speaking about this is unbelievable. It's like something that's been waiting upon, and it just haven't happened yet, but it's gonna happen a certain type of way. And I'm waiting for it. But hey, another little coward pussy will be creeping in the dark. That's why I walk around in the dark, I come outside sometimes late night in the dark, waiting to see who the fuck the coward is, trying to do the funny type of situations and shit. But anyway, man, it's just like, it's just funny. And it's then on top of it, I'm in the house, I'm hearing the girl upstairs like she's some fucking possessed stupid bitch. She's already a person that I wouldn't have never kept in my social equality a certain type of way. But because another person wants to cause a stagnation, because they feeling if they already did so much wrong, if they don't have a form of an ignorance around, it's not going to cause a stress, and then they won't be able to have a certain physical equality to cause certain things to individuals. The reason why I'm laughing about it, because it's actually affecting that person more than me, and he can't even overcome his situation, and I'm going to be out on that sooner or later anyway, because it's good for what another person did to themselves, because they stagnated themselves. So and then on top of it, when they realize a man could leave and just go somewhere else, they get so nervous because they don't have nothing else. So it's all over for a person, because this is what this is like being at one of the points of a body and then seeing the body shouldn't have felt a certain type of way. And then when it did it, it caused a certain type of reality for itself. And knowing that another individual could survive, now the shit is already worried about a certain type of way. And then as I continue to go forward, another person doesn't know why. It could have been, I could have had good relations a certain type of way, continue to go forward in survival, but that person already caused the bad quality. So it's like, so now they're nervous. So now if they get suicidal, everybody else got to be worried because of the type of stupid conduct that they cause. So now it's like it's just like another martial arts bout. It's like now it's like being in a circle and then the 1-2 one side, 1-2 back, 1-2. You know what I'm saying? It's just like and I'm the real Lee, so I'm the real Bruce Lee. So it's like it's funny. It's funny. It's a funny situation and stuff. And then I'm wondering, like, now, if I have children, how does my children feel? Like, how does it feel sleeping next to a girl? It's like receptive frequencies. It's like, you ever heard, you go listen to certain equality and then you say, no, I don't like this, hearing this. I want to like hearing this. I like hearing this. This is what makes a person comfortable for them just to continue their day and stuff. But if you're receiving a receptive message, and then a person that gives you a certain message has to be a certain type way to give you this a certain receptive message that you like. It's just like picking a certain type of movie or certain you like. And then on top of it, then it's like that. Then the purity, the real message that's supposed to be given. But if you keep manipulating yourself and getting another receptive message that ain't your purity, it's just gonna cause a stagnation and death. It's not gonna make anything better. It's just gonna cause everything to go. So you have to have the real purity that say hear everything the way you're supposed to hear it. And then on top of it, you ain't gonna be able to elevate if you don't know if you can't hear the rest of the message a certain type of way. You can hear it all one way. But a person not gonna tell you everything all one way. You know what I'm saying? Another person keeps certain things to themselves after a while. You have to go somewhere. It's like wanting to feel something new. Same thing. You have to have a newer quality. A man comes, hey, it's like liven up the situation. The things I do is already miracles in life. I'm Mirak himself. Haitian niggas know who I'm speaking about. They say, moi Mirak, man. Bon bois, Tibois, bon Tibois, ouais, bien, 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 bien. That there's nothing else to say certain things about certain things. Another person, nigga be like, bien, 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 oh man, what is it doing? So it's just like another person doesn't know what's really going on. Another person doesn't know what's really going on. But another person wants to cause a certain type of reality. So that's just the reality of life. It's just like having a child and your child have a girlfriend that's stupid that gives the wrong receptive messages, and then she just wants to be in control for your happiness because she wants to control your finances all the time. That's like a disease that's stagnating you. You just on a fritz. It's just like being an element and reflecting on a jumping jack fritz that just burns out and shit. And then what you gonna do? you want to know how to make it. That shit was already a burnout. That's like the element already told you it's dangerous and it could cause a burnout. Be careful the way you light it in your social habitation. Be careful how you use it. It's like learning other quality of the outside of your social habitation a certain type of way, and then what the endangerment and the levels of the degrees. It's like learning education. So another person, if a wrong person learns your habitation, it'll be a wrap because my wife is not gonna switch her habitation into other individuals a certain type of way that's not her purity, and then she's gonna be mad about the situation. And I'm a person. When she's telling me this is the last equality, I'll go to another planet. Another person doesn't know what the fuck I could do, how I could do it. I just won't say nothing. It's just like, okay. All right. One day a person look around, this nigga not there. It's the same thing when I was Dr. When I was in Atlanta and then they tried to frame me for being a parent. Oh, you had so many wives. So they were mad because the quality that I was picking of my purity, the way certain things was going wonderful a certain type of way. Other people that was causing the deterioration, martial art blows, sicknesses, poisoning, all through the things of the paradigm of time from the beginning of the astrological tree was accumulating in physics because you had social congregation and other social economic systems, and then you had other things. It's just like bringing my wife back a certain type of way. A person was in amazement. They don't know what I did. I could have called my wife, started bringing her back and her rejuvenating her cells, and the next, another person looked like, yo, what the fuck is this? And then they wondering how she getting stronger and stronger, and then they see their situations looking like a fade out, and then she's really getting her situations, and then they're amazing. Then it's like beyond highest mega lady, and then the force life, like the how can the invincible the invincible light in me, it just comes out of nowhere and just doing and then the person's getting scared because their quality's fading out at a time But they thinking that they're gonna be gone forever. How did they get there in the first place? They might have fucked up their social equality. It's just like a planet collapsing, and then a person, me and my wife, like, oh my God, the planet's collapsing. Yo, babes, I gotta secure you. Then I run somewhere, grab the planet, or certain things just to keep it surviving because I got so much other things I gotta do, so I gotta rejuvenate a certain type of way. It's like coming home, I gotta clean, I gotta have my cleaning pride, I gotta go do this. It's just like keeping the quality at a level, but another person's scared because they say they might lose themselves for certain type. How you scared? You lose yourself. You'll lose yourself if I don't remember anything. If I don't remember certain things, you really lose yourself because then you'll really be fucked up, and then you'll never know yourself a certain type of way. And then when you thinking a person was being malicious to you, everything with me is perfect. My wife is a different story. Everything of her's perfect in ways also, depending on how she feels. But if she tried to do something for somebody else and you make her feel like it shouldn't have been done, then I don't know what to tell you because once she starts feeling like she don't want me to have other wives, all my wives I had the reason of all your education is because they wanted me to continue because their education was so interesting. They wanted to see and learn so. And then when they couldn't tolerate a situation, they thought it was too dangerous for me. It was already too dangerous for them because I already made them. I was their consciousness. My wife was never greedy. I was never greedy because I was the one that considered for even myself to make my wife. So my wife was never greedy to the way things. She wanted to continue for herself because she loved the broad horizon of the social economics. When there's an order now, you can't do this, so and so. Another person's learning how to keep their conduct imprecise. And then on top of it, a person can be spacious with their situation and then be precise. Another person doesn't know because there's orders and there's levels to this. Anyway, I don't want to speak about it, man. I'm the original. I'm the original. I'm the original being, the original might, the force himself of all equality that you'll ever learn in any paradigm of any form of any education. That's all I can tell you. Ralph Lane Jr. Yes, and and then it's just like I told you. It's like if I go buy a car and I know a car wouldn't make me feel comfortable and feel me, I'm gonna go get what makes me feel comfortable because my quality gotta spread a certain type of way. It ain't gonna spread if I'm already just stashing it because I think of the danger of the stupidity. And then if I see the stupidity trying to act smart, that's even more dangerous situation because now I know it's like, oh man, here we go. Then the little thing, this, and then another person knows something, and my wife might look at that as adventure. It's just like other men that wanted me to go out and go in people's house. And I don't do things like that. For what? You think I want to wake up with somebody putting a gun in my face? For what am I gonna influence breaking into anybody? I don't do shit like that. If I want pussy, come to me. That's it. If it don't, then fuck it. Then too bad. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? If I want something, if I really need something, I'll go get it. If I don't get it a certain type of way, that means it's not unnecessary because I could just continue my car. My wife be trying to make me feel all type of ways in my habitation to go outside, and I don't do certain things because she wants certain things done a certain type of way. I already have children a certain type of way. That's, my children. I don't want them to break into in my habitation a certain type of way because once somebody does that, another one's not gonna tell them, "Oh, you went down there." Another nigga gets nervous because he's like, "Yo, why that nigga went down there?" Another nigga can't. My children are so smart. Some of them can't even say nothing to the other one and be like, I see he went down there. I'm just gonna wait. I'm just gonna wait till nobody's around. I'll go check on my dad in a certain type of way, and then so, and then on top of it, then they learn the quality of one's spacious and one's privacy, one's sacrecy, and then the one order and the one's honor when it comes to one's education, the etiquette to continue one's social, and then the militancy of the strengthening of one's physical and consciousness to know what things have to be done a certain type of way, and the examples that's being put in the physical reality. Good morning. It's just a funny situation. So, a person doesn't say nothing a certain type of way, so it doesn't even matter. But one knowing the reason of one's responsibility. Yeah, that's all I can tell you, man, But like I said, if I would get a car and then the things I have a certain type of way. It's like cleaning your room. So depending on when looking at it at a point in time and stuff, one better know the difference of their reality before the mentality causes a certain type of situation, or depending on one's viewpoint of conduct that just wants to cause the ignorance a certain way. Social ball grease, social ball grease moving a certain type of way, right? So I'm just gonna be real. It's just like getting a car. If the car wouldn't make me happy, what's the point of wasting my quality? You understand? Same thing I tell you is like a receptive message with a chick. I'm not gonna be with a certain chick that's gonna waste my quality. And once a person start feeling that's gonna be like the only chick, then you're gonna realize why they really call me Buddha, because there's things that you don't know about me. I'll just wait and see you when I see you. You know, that's all I can say. Love one. Have a wonderful morning. March 17th, 2019. 2562, you know? Love one. The real, how can I tell you? This is the reality of my situation. I'm the real Ra. Dun, 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 dun. This feels comfortable this way, taking the picture. So, 6 a.m. Love one. March